Hello, dear subscribers. This is One BZ Plus. Um, some people complained that my first training video on Crash and Boom, where I explained how you can sell Boom immediately it spikes, and where you can buy Crash immediately it spikes, and wait for 5 minutes. Five 1 minute candles, which is also 5 minutes before you exit. Some people are complaining that it doesn't work anymore, and the reason why it doesn't work anymore is because you don't follow the rules. You don't follow the rules I gave you. That's why it's no longer working. Now, the rule I gave you then was that when Boom is on an uptrend, just like this uptrend, just like this one over here, try not to trade at all. Just be patient and wait till it comes till it starts downtrend. The same thing applicable to Crash, but now I will give you the time frames that you can use to monitor, because if you use 4 hours time frame, you might not be able to scalp for the whole day. At sometimes there are some times where for the whole day you will be seeing only bullish candles. That means you won't be able to trade for that day. So try to use only 15 or 30 minutes 15 or 30 minutes time frame. You can see on 15 minutes on 30 minutes time frame. Now you can see that Boom, you can see when it starts reversing over here. You can see when it starts reversing over here. So at this point you should know that it has started a downtrend, though it may not be a downtrend, but a little sell. So you will have chances of even holding trade for like 10 minutes over here. So let's go to the deal. When you log into your MT5, let's scroll back. I'm gonna be using Boom for example. Now let's say you log into your MT5 and you met markets at this point on 30 minutes. Let's say this was the latest point where you met the market. At this point you can see it's on a resistance level. You can see it's on a resistance zone rather, because it broke this resistance a little bit, but it's now on the resistance level. So at this point on the 30 minutes time frame, excuse me, at this point on the 30 minutes time frame, oh yeah, there's it. If you enter a sell at this point on the because of this resistance, you can enter a sell over there and even leave it for up to 10 minutes, not 5 minutes this time around. So let's try and see, maybe maybe you can. I'm coming. Let me. Okay, so it's around this place, 85.31. Let's assume we sold at 85.31 over here, and we wanted to leave it for 10 minutes candles. So let me change it back to 5 minutes. sorry. Yeah, here is it. Now we are back on the 5 minutes candle. Now let's assume we said 85.31, right? This is the 85.31. Let's assume, okay, 85.31. Okay, let's assume you sold here. Let's assume you sold over here 85.29, maybe after this huge spike. Because of that resistance. Now you can see, if you wanted to hold the candle at the trade for 10 minutes, you can see it did another little spike, but that little when it did this little spike, don't close the trade in loss, because it will still come back. You can see now that from your entry point, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 10 5 minutes candle up to 50 minutes, close to an hour. It sold close to an hour, and that's how many pips? That's 23 pips. So if you want to leave it for only 10 minutes candle, your profit will be only, let's say, 4 pips. So when you enter at resistance levels, you can even hold it more than that 5 minute candles at some times. So whenever it spikes again, because it's now on a downtrend, whenever it spikes again, you can enter and still have another 10 minutes candle. Though it did a double spike over here, but that's not an issue. It was a little spike, but you still get your let's say 10 minutes candle, or you can or even stick to that 5 minutes. You can still stick to that 5 minutes. See here also, it spiked there, and you still have your 5 minute candles. So that's it. But when it's on the uptrend, for example here it's on the uptrend, just on a uptrend, how to scalp it on a my advice is just not to scalp it on the uptrend. But if you want to scalp it on the uptrend, the strategy I use to scalp it on the uptrend is I wait for it to at least have 2 spikes, then I enter. 2 each spikes, then I enter. Or whenever it is touching the upper BB, in the case of boom, whenever it is touching the upper BB, I enter around this place. Now you can enter around this place, then you have your 5 minutes, enter here 5 minutes, enter here also 5 minutes. But if you enter at middle Bollinger Band, you are on your own. See here, it was on the middle BB. This one also was too risky, but I can enter at this level because the history was on a downtrend. You can see that it was on a downtrend from here, so I can still enter here. So this was where it changed to uptrend. So that's the same thing applicable to crash. Just make sure you work with your support and resistance levels. And also, if you want to trade the spikes, use support and resistance levels to identify where it will spike. Then let me share this indicator with you. This awesome oscillator over here. This awesome oscillator, it is very good on the 1 minute time frame, only to detect the spikes, or when you are on a sell. It can also work maybe on a boom, when maybe when you are selling boom. Let me change to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, for example, you sold boom at this level, and you wanted to close it when it's likely to spike. You want to hold it for a long time. See here now, you can see that at this point you can see this awesome oscillator. It started giving you green bars over here. Immediately it starts giving you green bar, just exit. And if you want to use it to trade the spikes, you can also enter a buy over here. So immediately it gives you this green bar. Not all the times it respects it, but when this green bar changes to red bar, close the trade and wait for another green. You can see it's close. The green bars ended. The green bars ended here and started red again, but it gave you here again. So around this point you can buy again over here. You can buy again. So let's see the results. You can see how it worked over here and it spiked. So that's another indicator. It is a very good indicator. Let me show you on crash also. For example, crash is buying right now. You can see before this little spike, you can see it has given us some red candles here before, telling us that there may be a spike very soon. So when you are on a, for example, if you have been on a buy before this time, you can close your buy over here. Then after the spike, you can enter again. It seems crash is currently on the uptrend. Okay, it's currently on the uptrend on the 15 minutes time frame, but it's likely to sell right now because of this trend line I drew. Because of this resistance, you can see it's trying to touch that resistance again. You can see it's trying to touch the trend line over here. So when you sell over here now, it's likely to spike. So that's a very, now where you can find that awesome oscillator, click on this F logo indicators, then click on F plus on your main chart, F plus, then come down here under Bill Williams. Under Bill Williams, you find awesome oscillator. This is it, awesome oscillator. So just add it. You can just change the pixel, either to 2 or 3, then done. Let me close it back. Let me delete it because I already have one on my chart. So that's how it works. So let's see if this trend line I drew will let's see if it will spike over here. Let me place a sell over here. This is crash. Let me place a sell. This trade is still running. It has broken out this trend line, but it won't close until it closes that 15-minute candle. Then we take a little loss on that. Then we make another analysis for the sell. So you can start using the awesome oscillator and trend lines and support and resistance levels to know where to enter spikes and where to sell boom and buy crash. Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now.